Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. It's Ophelia here, and thank you guys so much for joining me today as I basically play around in my art journal. I just honestly wanted to create something. It's just been, gosh, I don't even know how to describe what I'm feeling other than I just know I need to create. So I grabbed some Derwent Inktense Pencils and some of those chubby Stabilo, um, I can't remember what you call them. I'll link them down below, but the chubby crayons that I love to use for mark making. And I just wanted to like scribble around in my journal, maybe even try a bit to make some sense of what's even going on in the world. But I just knew I wanted to create something, and I wanted the whatever it was that I created today to just be a little bit more raw or a little bit unpolished from what I usually would create. So I just grabbed those Stabilo pencils and the ink tints and kind of randomly rubbed those around just to get some color on the background. And then I, of course, just used some water in a spray bottle or a wet brush because I didn't want them to go together and make orange, but I just wanted to get some yellow and red down. And then next I came in with some acrylic paint, just Lukas acrylic paint and some black dealer Rowney acrylic paint. And I'm just adding more opaque layers to this background or to what I've already created, just because, again, what I wanted to create today is honestly just it even felt different than what I usually do in my journal. And I knew that I did not want anything too perfect. I wanted it to be kind of grungy because maybe that's how I've been feeling lately. I just know that I just wanted to create. Let's be honest. I feel as though a lot of times when things go on in this world, my biggest retreat is in my studio and in my journals, and that's where I feel safe. The greatest part of me playing in my journal is that it honestly does not have to be perfect. It's just me goofing off, getting out feelings, if that makes sense. But I'm using this stencil, and I believe it is a Stencil Girl stencil. I'll try to find it. And I just use some ink to spray over that. I've had that stencil for quite a while. I wanted to use some acrylic inks to just kind of make some drips happen. Like I said, I just wanted this page to be very grungy. And so I've used some acrylic inks and just kind of splattered it around. Like I said, I think today all I wanted to do was just have some sort of expression. One thing that I do know with my journals, and I guess a lot of times how I approach my work, is I honestly may just pick some colors and then I roll with it that way. I don't really have a plan of how things kind of go as I am working. That's when I just kind of pull things, and it is what it is by the time that I'm done. I found this piece of painted paper in my stash, and I thought that would be a great way to kind of add a little bit of color to this spread that I was working on, and I just used a regular old glue stick to glue those pages down, as opposed to using any sort of matte medium because I didn't want to keep waiting for things to dry some more. But I just thought that those papers would be a great way to just add a little punch of color without adding a lot of, or grabbing some more paint. And then once I get those glued down, I get my Jumbo Jet black pencil, the one that I use. It's a Jerry's Jumbo Jet black pencil, and I just liked that, and I use it a lot to just get myself some really dark marks. Again, I had no rhyme or reason for what I was creating. I just knew that I just wanted to create something just to get out of my headspace, if you will. I grabbed some orange. This is Sennelier Abstract. It's number 615. I love this orange paint, and it's honestly one of my favorites because it is so rich and opaque. And so I just kind of use that in certain areas to just give me just a little bit more of a punch of color. And then I grabbed some washi tape to, of course, again, add some more color and some more texture even to my page. Just that stark black against the red and the yellow and orange. I do know that I have some black paint there in the end that I want to use to do some writing. And now I'm just kind of going back, pushing back some of that sprayed background because I want to do some writing and I'm not sure of where I'm going to do the writing. So I come back in with that Stabilo pencil and just make some more marks with it. Gosh, I can't remember the name of those little chubby pencils, but I always use them. But like I said, I'll link it down below. I just love how those interact with acrylic paints, and I just love how chubby they are, and they just make such a great mark. And here I am with just a paintbrush because, again, I wanted my writing to be a little bit more rugged or raw. And so I'm just doing a little bit of writing with a paintbrush and acrylic paint. And just honestly enjoying the fact that my journal is a safe space and my studio where I create is a safe space. I will do my best to find all of the products to link them down below, and I just appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.